This is the Parasound HCA 2205A. It has 5 channels, each channel at 220 watts. This was sent for repair specifically because after power on, it would not go into standby and then certainly would not click out of protection and go into normal mode. But something must have happened during shipping, because now it does go into standby and it does go into normal mode. So instead of repair, I'm going to tear this entire thing down. I'll replace all of the high failure mode components because they are still all original. I'll reassemble, set up the idle current, and then test. Along the outside are the individual amplifier boards. This is the protection board. Just below this is the power supply board. In the back left is the output board, and the back right, the input board. There's also a small display board in the front here. With the exception of this display board, as well as the output board, all of the other boards will need some sort of service. Here's the full set of components I'll be replacing. All of these, as of July 2025, are still active parts on DigiKey. The full parts list is in the description. I'll start with the power supply board. Each amplifier channel has its own power supply, so this is really just a standby power supply. Here I'll be replacing the lone electrolytic capacitor and the bridge rectifier. Something like that. Up next is the protection board, a crucial board for proper operation. If you do nothing else to service an HCA 2205A, I would service this protection board. It has its own little power supply with this bridge rectifier and this capacitor. Those two will be replaced, as will the remaining bipolar electrolytic capacitors. I'm also going to inspect every single solder joint, and I'll reflow any that look questionable. And that's it for the protection board. The input board is next. Here I'll be servicing the 5 volume potentiometers. I can try and clean and lubricate these in place, but it's going to be much easier if I first separate the board from its chassis. There wasn't much to show, but I'm all done with the input volume potentiometers. I've been using CRC QD contact cleaner to clean pots and Deoxit F100L to lubricate. The discussion over what products and methods to use to properly clean pots and switches and equipment like this is hotly debated, so I'm sure no matter what I use, someone's going to have something to say about it, but this has been working for me. Up next are the amplifiers. There are actually 2 different amplifier boards in this unit, the B2461 and the B2460. Electrically, they're identical, but their layouts are mirror images of each other. On these boards, I'll be replacing all 7 of the smaller electrolytic capacitors. So there's a non-polarized cap here, 4 polarized here, and 2 more polarized here and here. I'll also be replacing the unsealed single-turn idle current potentiometer with a sealed 25-turn potentiometer. Something new I've been doing to buy myself some margin in the idle current adjustment is increasing the resistance of these potentiometers. So for instance, the original is a 1000 ohm potentiometer. I'll be using a 2000 ohm potentiometer. The Parasound has been reassembled. I tie wrap some of the low voltage cables, so that looks tidy. Now I'll power it on. I'll leave it on for 10 or 15 minutes to warm up, and I'll start the idle current adjustment. I'm going for 15 millivolts across the emitter resistors. This should give somewhere between 20 and 25 milliamps of idle current. Alright, it's finally test time. For each amplifier, I'll check the square wave response. I'll look at the sine wave integrity from the low end, 20 Hz, all the way to the high end, 20 kHz. I'll look at the output power. So each of these amplifiers should be able to put out 220 watts into 8 ohms, and I'll finish with a listening test. I'll just show a little bit from each amplifier. So we'll start with a square wave from channel 1. And that looks great. This is channel 2. Let's take a look at the sine wave at 20 Hz. And it's not going to pick it up well at this low frequency, but it does look pretty good. So let's move that up slowly to 20 kHz. That's 100 Hz. My dog is chewing on a bone in the background. That's 1000 Hz, or 1 kHz. That's 10 kHz. And that's 20 kHz. Fantastic. For channel 3, I'll verify the output power. 220 watts into 8 ohms is about 120 volts peak to peak. At 20 volts per division on the scope, that's going to be 6 divisions. Let's see if we get there. It's right about there. Let's see when we start clipping. Right there. So yeah, it's about 220 watts. I'll finish up with a sound test from channels 4 and 5. Thanks for watching.